to the premiere edition of The Gaming Corner. I'm your host, Don Allen, and this is your daily source for gaming news, hands-on impressions, and reviews, all in under 10 minutes. Now, today we'll be taking a look at Nintendo's new download service, WiiWare, and we'll be taking a look at a game available for download on Nintendo's Virtual Console service from 1993 called Lords of Thunder that you may have missed. But first, today's gaming news.
Those of you who have been awaiting a third Banjo-Kazooie game for years now are finally in luck, as the first images of the new game, upcoming later this fall, have made their way to the internet. More images are expected to be revealed tomorrow, as well as the first footage of the game, at Microsoft's press event. Well, Wedbush analyst Michael Pachter has come out with his estimates for April, and he has the Nintendo Wii outselling both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 combined. He says he is expecting the Nintendo Wii to have sold 600,000 units compared to 290,000 and 275,000 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 respectively. He also chimes in that Grand Theft Auto 4 sold 3.3 million copies in its first 6 days on the market. He also expects that Mario Kart Wii sold 1.25 million copies in its first 7 days on the market. And finally, Activision has revealed that they are remaking the classic game Pitfall for the Nintendo Wii for release later this year. However, what is not known is whether or not these screenshots are from the upcoming game for the Nintendo Wii or the last generation console game released in 2003. Really, when you think about it, that's kind of sad.
Now it's time to take a look at Nintendo's answer to Xbox Live Arcade, WiiWare.
Alright, so here we are taking a look at WiiWare for the very first time. And see, the downside of WiiWare that I see so far is there's no demos, there's no playable modes, there's no videos even. So you're basically left in the dark as to what a game's like. I mean, these are the screens they give you to look at. I mean, look at that. How small is that? Honestly, I can't even tell what that's showing me. So you're better off waiting for reviews. I believe IGN gave this an 8.2 or so out of 10, which is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a try. Isn't that pretty?
You play as a young boy named Toku who is guided by the wind spirit Enril. Now, you play as Enril personally. You use the Wii pointer to control the wind and help Toku along in his adventure. For example, by holding down the A button and motioning a straight line underneath Toku, you can help him jump farther. This game's actually got some cool designs in it so far, and at only $10 it really seems like a pretty good deal. It does seem like WiiWare is on the right path to becoming some fierce competition for both Xbox Live Arcade and PlayStation Network.
Next up. Now, if you're like me and you were born in the early to mid-1980s, you probably missed out on this next game because you were too busy playing its competition. This, the Sega Genesis, or the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. However, now thanks to the Wii's Virtual Console service, for the low price of only $8, you can experience this game that was originally released for the TurboGrafx, Lords of Thunder.
Okay, so what all do you need to know about Lords of Thunder? Let's see, story-wise. The game is centered around the world Mistral's confrontation with the reawakened evil god Zaggart and his minions who have torn the world asunder. A god-9 known as Landis sets off to defeat Zaggart's army in 7 different stages. You know, this game really doesn't have a whole lot of story, though it does have a nice little opening cutscene that tries to catch you up to speed on what's going on. You start the game off by picking what stage you want to play on. Sort of like Mega Man. Once you pick the stage you want to play, you get to pick the armor that you're going to play in. You get to choose from 4. Fire armor, earth armor, wind armor, and water armor. Every single armor has its own special attacks, bomb, and every single armor has its own upgrades. Now, as you can see, the game is actually pretty good looking, and the soundtrack is absolutely out of this world good. The action is fast-paced, the difficulty's pretty moderate. It's not the hardest I've ever played, but it's not the easiest either. And there are 2 other difficulty levels that you can choose aside from the normal difficulty. There's also hard and super. Also, as you progress throughout the game gets moderately harder the farther you get into it, so by the time you're on the 7th level, you're pretty much out of continues, even though you can buy more continues for 1,500 crystals, and the enemies come at you in such waves, it's just pretty much impossible to not get hit several times throughout the level. Also, a nice feature is every single boss is gigantic, although there's a melee attack that you can use on them that pretty much kills them without any effort. Overall, this is one of the Virtual Console's gems, in my opinion. And I think you should definitely give it a look, because like I mentioned, it's only $8, and it'll keep you busy for quite a while.
Guys, in all seriousness, I gave this game a shot, and I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous for its time, and it is addictive as all get out. You will play it for hours on end, no lie. Okay, well, I guess that's it for today. Now, as I said, this is a daily gaming show. Tomorrow's edition will be a little abbreviated because I have to work 11 hours at my day job, and I'm not going to feel up to snuff to edit everything together tomorrow. However, Wednesday we will return with a look at Knight's Journey of Dreams for the Nintendo Wii and how it compares to the original for the Sega Saturn. You can email me at dallen@ftuptv.com, right here at the bottom of the screen, and feel free to comment on anything, including my weight. That's fine too. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.